So today I'd like to talk about one of the mediums that I like to work with, or media. It's colored pencils. So with the colored pencil, the regular colored pencil that I like to work with the most are these barrel Prismacolors, and you basically will lay out color on them, and then always put other colors over them. And using these colors, you can really layer in additional colors over them to get a much deeper texture. Now, another type of colored pencil, and I think the choice of the colored pencil is really important. You have to use good colored pencils, and I think these barrel Prismacolors are really the best. And then another type I like to use are watercolor pencils. And I have two sets right here. And what I do with these is I wrap them up, and this is actually really good if you're traveling, is I wrap them three colored pencils in a rubber band. And here's red, blue, and yellow, and here is orange, purple, and green. And what I do is I wrap them in a rubber band so that I can now take them, and just with one hand I can grab one color and put that one color down, and then switch over to another color and put that down too, and then switch to a third color, sort of like a revolver for colors, and they don't roll around as easily as single colored pencils. And when you're working with multiple, when you're traveling, having one thing to color with rather than three pencils to fall around is a lot nicer. So what you can do with these watercolor pencils is there's a water-soluble pigment. So you can take your brush and start to put the color down and then start to blend them together like that, and actually get a pretty neat effect with them. And where colored pencils are fun is when you have a toned background. So this is a sketchbook here that I have that has a toned background. And what you can start with is use the color. For example, this is a green background. Use that green as the middle color, and then use one color, like for example, so one color here is a very light color, and then one color is a dark, and this goes from and this is done with the Prismacolors, so it's a light yellow green to a Tuscan red, and the middle color is the paper. And here's another one from a sand to a burnt umber. The middle color is the paper. Here's another one from cream to burnt umber. The middle color is the paper. And so doing that, you can do little studies of how you might want to have kind of like a black and white drawing, but using two different tones of color. So here's one piece. This is from a sketch from a church called Bagsvard Church by Jorn Utzon, actually the same architect who did the Sydney Opera House. And so here's one view of it with white and black, or actually this is actually cream burnt umber, and this is another one with sand and burnt umber. So a white and black one and a brown and yellow one, and they have kind of each one has its own feel. And when the middle color is this green, you have a really neat effect. So have fun with colored pencils.